Hello, my name is Galina. I'm the fiancé of Joshua Lee McCollister, who was murdered on July 8th by Deunn Willis and robbed by Danielle Durand. Today's 9/11, and I wanted to talk about what that meant to Josh. That was his wedding anniversary. He and Colleen got married on 9/11. And those numbers were very sacred to him. Like, if we were out walking at like 9/11 in the morning or at night, he'd stop for a moment and he would say, "I love you, baby. I love you, puppy." That was her nickname. It was very touching how devoted he was to Colleen. Colleen and I had a very, very unique relationship. We had been Facebook friends, but we were both so shy and introverted that we barely ever interacted with each other at all. I don't know that she ever did reach out to me. Josh and my ex, Aaron, were very close at one point. They were essentially best friends many years ago. And that's actually how I met Josh. And he said that he fell in love with me the second he saw my photograph. And it was a bad photo too. It was bad. It was a bridesmaid's photograph, horrible dress. I couldn't believe that anybody would look twice at me in this picture, but that's all it took for him. But he was respectful of the fact that I was married, and I was married to his best friend at that. So he never gave any indication at all that he had feelings, like none. I mean, Aaron picked up on it, but I sure as heck didn't. After this happened, Josh met Colleen, and he was passionately in love with Colleen. That was his girl. Colleen had a very serious medical condition. It was degenerative, no cure, very painful. Those last few years, she had a hard time walking. You know, if she was walking, he'd be having to hold on to her arm or something. He felt so guilty because he couldn't save her. He couldn't save her from dying. He couldn't save her from how much pain she was in every day. And yeah, it was just really, really, really bad. Because Colleen was taking so long to die and suffering so much, she had a lot of time to make plans for what she wanted to happen after she died. And she started telling him years ago that after she died, she wanted him to go north to be with Aaron and Galina. And it's just the greatest irony that when she did die, you know, Aaron actually messaged him, you know, Galina needs a bodyguard. You know, she's in danger. Come up and get her, or protect her. Because it was exactly what Colleen had initially wanted. But this is not what she wanted towards the end, like the very, very end. He told me that she had actually started stalking my page, like what memes I shared, and that she was essentially evaluating me because she knew she was going to die. And she knew that he had had feelings for me, and that he did hold me in his heart. She had essentially decided that I was supposed to be her replacement. I was supposed to take care of Josh after she died. Colleen wanted us to wind up together. It's a very strange thing when you're with someone to hear that their wife of blessed memory chose you. It's one of the reasons that I respected her so much, how hard that must have been for her to decide that. Josh didn't think he was going to live. He thought he was going to be killed. Not by Deunn Willis, not by Danielle Durand. I mean, this wasn't a tremendously insightful premonition on his part that he was going to be killed. I mean, those last 6 months in Fort Bragg, he had been smashed in the face with a crowbar. He'd had 5 of his ribs broken. He'd been disfigured twice. I mean, they were hitting us with everything they could to get rid of him so I'd be alone. And he didn't think he was going to live through it. He thought they were going to succeed in killing him. That's so much of why I got him out of Fort Bragg. It just... He didn't deserve it. He was only 37. It's just like, why did Colleen have to die so young? Why did she have to have this horrible illness? How is it that this good woman had to suffer like that, you know? And similarly, Josh was young. Like, why did he have to suffer like that? But when I found out he was dead, I thought back to the things that he told me that he had wanted to happen if they killed him. I thought back to everything he said, and he told me that he carried the bulk of her ashes on him, but he also had, backup stashes of her ashes, and he made me promise him that if they killed him, that I would make sure his ashes were mixed with Colleen's. I remember him asking for that so clearly, and I knew when he asked for it, I knew he was going to be killed. I just knew it. But I made sure in those first couple days after he was murdered, I reached out to his mom and said, you have to make sure that Colleen's ashes and his ashes are mixed. It's what he wanted. And that's what they're going to do. He was so sure that she and I would have been the best of friends, me and Colleen. He told me, don't worry, someday this is all going to be fine. Someday we're going to be, all hanging out together, the 3 of us, and it's going to be great. Because he was trying to be positive about the fact they were going to kill him. He was trying to make it so I wouldn't be too sad or hit too hard. It's one of the hard things about him being dead, is finding out just how sure he was that they were going to kill him. That he went to like his ex-girlfriend even, and told her, you have to take care of Galena. You have to be kind to her and love her. Because he knew he was going to be killed. I've been dreading 9/11. But at the same time, I just think, oh my God, Josh went through so much pain. So much pain being shot. And I know he was thinking of me, and I know he was thinking of the kids, and definitely thinking of his mom. And then I think that, and then he was just with Colleen, and how wonderful that moment must have been for him to be able to have Colleen's arms around him again, and for her to be able to walk and not be in all that horrible pain. And I think that he must have like cooked her just the most beautiful dinner today, and that they're walking and everything's good, and that they're happy like they should have gotten to be. No one should have to make the preparations that Joshua Lee McCollister did. But I do think about it a lot, because he was right. It was a very beautiful sentiment that when the day came when he was inevitably killed, that his ashes should be mixed with Colleen's. And I say, like, as soon as I made sure that his ashes were mixed with Colleen, I just said, oh God, you gotta, that's what I want to. If something happens to me, is I want my ashes to be mixed with his. That's definitely what I want. I still can't believe that it's Deunn Willis and Danielle Durand that did this to him.